It's Wrestling on the Spectrum with Brody the Brain Herman. He doesn't just watch wrestling, he decodes it. From the deep history of wrestling to today's matches in the ring and beyond. Get a deeper dive in the world of professional wrestling. And now, here's Patrico, Flying Ryan, and Brody the Brain Herman. This is Wrestling on the Spectrum.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wrestling on the Spectrum. Tony, Ryan, and Delvon, how are you all doing today?
Oh, Brody, it is a beautiful day here in St. Louis, Missouri, and welcome to Wrestling on the Spectrum. My name is Tony Patrico, and you spell that P-A-T-R-I-C-O,
baby!
And as always, joined by the mans behind the mic and the cams, it's Flying Ryan Swingler. Ryan, how are we today?
I'm doing great. Had a great week, and I'm ready to have a great weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What better way to start than talking about some wrestling? I want to let you guys know Wrestling on the Spectrum is brought to you by Brown and Crouppen online at getbc.com. Brody, what a week in wrestling, and what a way to celebrate. But before we dive into anything, ladies and gentlemen, we got our first in-studio guest.
Yeah!
Brody, explain to the folks who's joining us.
Absolutely. This is our friend Delvon Yates. He was a collegiate baseball player at St. Xavier University in Chicago, and he has two successful YouTube channels. He's a content creator himself. The first one, Del's in a Life. That's I-N-A-L-I-F-E. Del's in a Life. And then he's got a wrestling YouTube channel, over 1,000 subscribers, at the Dell Effect Wrestling. So he loves wrestling. He was at SummerSlam in person this past weekend in Minneapolis, and he's also an avid belt collector himself. So Dell, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me on Wrestling on the Spectrum. I'm ready to talk some wrestling, baby.
Woo! I love it. I love it. And the beauty is that today, for those of you tuning in, whether you're live on YouTube, hello and welcome, or if you are listening to us on the podcast, courtesy of the Podcast Heat Network, we are going to take a look back at SummerSlam. Now, you may be sitting there going, okay, but we've already heard SummerSlam recaps. We've already seen it. I have, Brody, questions for you where it's really going to look at SummerSlam 2026.
Yep.
And I want you to kind of go back in history of time and tell us how this compares to product of the past.
Sure.
Because again, somebody like me, I've been watching wrestling since the, early 90s. Somebody like you picked up in, the early 2000s, something like that, Brody?
Yeah.
So we have very different perspectives on these matches, and I'd love to kind of dive in a little bit deeper and really have you kind of show off that gift of that treasure chest of wrestling knowledge that you have.
Sure.
So again, for those that did not know, SummerSlam happened last weekend. Brody, this is a big deal. Why, again, is SummerSlam such a big deal?
It's one of the 4 tentpole events for WWE, and the second event WWE has where it's a 2-nighter. 4 tentpole events a year. There's Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. So that's 4 tentpole events.
That's awesome. So again, I don't want to say it's the Super Bowl. I don't want to say it's the World Series, but it is pretty dang close. I mean, this is an event. It's more of a party. It used to be a one-night event, and it was, a really great showcase of some spectacular matches and spectacular, celebrities come out and things like that. But it was a one-night event.
Sure.
Dell, I mean, you were there. Up in Minneapolis, it's like a party. There is like festivals going on.
Yes,
what was it like just outside of the arena as far as WWE coming over to take over the city?
So I will say, the people in Minneapolis, I got to give a big shout out. They deserve a WrestleMania one year. They were awesome. They were awesome. We went to the convention center, and they had so much there. They had so many opportunities to meet wrestlers. The people there were electric. There was a bunch of YouTubers there as well. It was a great time. The atmosphere was amazing. Like, going in before, it was like such a long line. You had all opportunity to talk to a bunch of people, and it was amazing. Those people out there are a great wrestling fan city. I loved it.
And the cool thing is that translated on the TV.
Yeah.
Minneapolis came to play, and I think they left very, very happy. So, Brody, without wasting any more
Absolutely.
time, let's dive into our SummerSlam recap.
Absolutely. The first match of the night, it was pretty much an opening match, as opening matches used to be. Liv Morgan retained the WWE Women's World Championship by defeating Io Sky. That's right. No Judgment Day has not fallen apart yet. Raquel Rodriguez has just won the Intercontinental Championship. Morgan was not going to do the job for Io Sky 2 times in 2 months, so I figured Morgan would retain here. Actually, Del, you thought Io would win the title, and unfortunately for you, she did not. Liv Morgan retained. I thought it was a run-of-the-mill opening match. Not much to say here. It's just that's what it was.
I thought that, I didn't ever think that Io was going to get the win. I just kind of thought going to happen. But at the same time, there's a small part of me that I'm like, I don't know how much more I can see Io lose and still believe in her.
Right.
Like, there is a saying, they always say it's not, what happens as far as the end result and what's happened from bell to bell.
Sure.
That's what matters. But there is some truth to it that if you continuously lose, we're going to stop believing in you.
Right.
And unfortunately, I think that's the path that they're headed with Io Sky, which we've seen this before. They get behind somebody, they never give them that ultimate push because they don't think they're ready, and then slowly but surely it goes goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I hope this isn't the start of the downfall of Io Sky, but I'm terrified that it is.
Yes.
Because where does she go from here? There's, where do you insert her? She's been in this storyline with the whole Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan thing for multiple years. And it's gone nowhere for her.
No,
so now we need to see Io be Io. I need to see her start winning. And then again, you start to get the people that go, because people love her.
Oh, yeah.
But it's tough to love somebody that loses all the time.
Right, exactly. And they got baby faces coming back. You got Becky Lynch now as a baby face. You got Stephanie Becerra as a baby face. They're both challenging for Morgan. So it looks like Sky's not even in the title picture.
See, it's crazy. Such a talent. Because tell me a match that Io Sky has that isn't fantastic.
And then she does great in the ring.
It's amazing.
And they call her the best women's wrestler in the world. Like, they say all these things, but you have her losing too many times. To me, you can't call somebody the greatest women's wrestler in the world, the whole world, and keep having her lose.
No.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't make any sense.
So in my eyes, that's why I'm like, okay, I really don't want to keep seeing Liv with the belt at all. I think the reign is, mediocre at best. I'm being honest. And I thought Io Sky would bring some new life to it. I mean, she is the greatest women wrestler in the world, right?
Right.
How about this? Willie in the chat here says, but you can't discount the fact that Morgan is over. And I don't. I don't discount that at all. I think Io was put into a tough spot. How can you have Io take the belt when Liv Morgan is the over gal right now? Because you got to think about it. Rhea's out. So you have her. I know Alexa Bliss came back, and we'll talk about that a bit. But, you can't take the belt off of Liv. Io's in an unfortunate place.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate truth about it.
Absolutely. And of course, the next match here, it is a 6-man tag team match. LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys defeated the Bloodline, Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso. Del, you did not think that the Bloodline would lose here. However, LA Knight's now challenging Roman Reigns, which nobody believes he's going to beat Roman Reigns, so what does that even matter? But now this was really all about LA Knight. I was actually surprised, but for the LA Knight fans, they should be happy here. He was the one that got the pin, and he's now challenging Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. Our thoughts on this match, gentlemen?
I can tell you this. This match did really nothing for me. I thought this match, to be honest with you, I thought the Fatu Keys match on Raw should have been at SummerSlam, and this 6-man should have been on Raw.
Yeah.
I would have been much happier with that. I would have thought that would have been a lot better. That would have been fantastic, actually, because at SummerSlam was just a mess. It was kind of just a mess. And you know what, though? We weren't going into it with high expectations.
Yeah.
What we kind of saw and what we kind of thought was this is their opportunity to do the match that AEW loves to do, put a bunch of dudes in it that people want to see. And that's exactly what they did here. Did it do anything storyline? No. Did it do anything to get any of these guys over?
Knight.
Yeah, I mean, maybe LA Knight. But then again, you put him in a picture with Roman Reigns. Here's my whole thing about all of this with LA Knight going after Reigns, okay? people have been begging for Knight's chance. Here it is, people. Listen, we can see the writing on the wall that he ain't gonna do it, but guess what? If his run to the belt, his build to facing Roman Reigns gets me to go, that's why I wanted him to have that main event title. That's why I wanted him to get the mic time and be in this main event picture. Then it does wonders for him. And whether it's now, in the future, or maybe even another mid-card run, it will do wonders for him. Yep. If he drops the ball here, it is over for LA Knight.
Oh, yeah.
Over, dude.
Over. Yeah, over in the main event title picture. And, of course, one of the best matches on this show. I have it as my second favorite match. Gunther defeated Nick Aldis by submission. And what a great match this was. I thought what a great professional wrestling match. Aldis looked great, by the way. His physique showed he wanted to get back in the ring, and he desperately did. And he looked great. I mean, he looked physically imposing to Gunther here. And as Aldis, he did a great job as a babyface in creating an important element, belief. It would not have shocked the audience to see him beat Gunther. Like, even though everybody deep in their hearts was like, wait, Gunther's winning. Wouldn't have shocked anybody if Aldis would have won. And they wanted to see him win. The babyface needs to get the fans to want them to win. I think everybody in Minneapolis wanted Nick Aldis to beat Gunther, even though he didn't. I thought this was a great match on both guys' parts. And obviously Aldis didn't get over, he didn't get the win, and he's reenacted as SmackDown general manager, so he's going to be interacting with main event talent on television. This probably won't be the last time we see him in the ring. It may be the Royal Rumble, it may be Survivor Series and War Games, it may even be in Money in the Bank is the next time we may see Nick Aldis. But great job on both of these guys' parts here, and obviously Gunther had to go over considering that he was going to be in the Fatal 4-Way the next night.
My question to you is, do you want to see Nick Aldis wrestle?
I do.
Do you want to see him wrestle regularly?
I do. I think he wants it. He wants it. And I think we want to see him wrestle regularly. I think you don't have him lose again, though. This is his one loss. You can't have him lose again because then he gets the reputation of he's always losing. Yep. So you can't have him lose again. However, if you don't have any real plans for him, keep him on SmackDown, keep him as a SmackDown GM, keep him interacting with main event talent until you got something for him. So I think they're being judicious with Aldis' booking. However, this won't be the last time we'll see Aldis in the ring.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
Because this is something I was talking about around like all the fans that were there about the Gunther and Aldis match. Do you feel like, because Nick Aldis is like, what, 39, 40?
Yeah.
39, 40?
He's only a couple years older than Gunther.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
People thought, and I'm one of them, people thought he was much older.
He's not.
Yeah. And do you think that, like, Nick Aldis right now, he's one of the better talents that could be in that WWE?
I do. I think you can push him immediately in the upper mid card. I don't think that it's far fetched for him to challenge for an Intercontinental Championship, challenge for United States Championship down the line. He could main event a pay-per-view one day. Like, there are legitimate plans that you can do with Nick Aldis in this company. It's not far fetched. He doesn't need to be wrestling in developmental. He's main roster ready now. And that's saying something because they need main roster ready talent.
Yeah, and I think you just nailed it. Like, he doesn't need developmental. Like, this is a guy, okay, just because I don't work for Apple for 30 years.
Right.
I work for a small tech company for 30 years.
Right.
And then I get a job at Apple as the chief technology officer. They look at my history, my past, what I did, whether it was on a grand stage or a small stage, and they said, can he do it? And they go, yep, we're going to hire him. That's exactly what they did here. You know, they looked at his past resume. They looked at his work ethic. They looked at who he was able to put over, the names that went through Nick Aldis to get to the next level. Yes. Okay. Who he helped get to that next level.
Yep.
So they looked at that and they said, yes, they are good to go. Now, I have an easy answer here, but I'm very curious as to your answer. So I think we can now look at Nick Aldis as a fighting authority figure.
Sure.
Yes. If need be, he will get in the ring. Okay. Who has been the best in wrestling past? Who has been the best fighting authority figure?
Ooh, good one. William Regal. William Regal, remember when he was Raw GM?
I think William Regal was a good one. I think it's hard to not at least mention Triple H.
Yeah.
MVP was a good one in TNA. Remember that?
Yeah,
I was gonna say
he was good too there. But like, I mean, you think of it and I go, okay, out of all the authority figures, as far as somebody going, all right, I'm taking off my tie and getting in the ring, the most believable is Triple H. I mean, like, especially at the time. I mean, like, that was what, 10, 15 years ago, where he was still pretty prime. So, like, I think this is awesome to have it this way because it takes that, you never know, one disagreement backstage, one vignette backstage that runs where they're going back and forth at each other, that could lead to the next match that we see next this, which I'm excited about.
Absolutely. Yes. I cannot wait for this. Yeah, and the next match, speaking of which, Oh gosh, this was just dreadful. The 6 women tag team match. Fatal Influence. Stacey Jane, Fallon Henley, Laney Reed defeated the Bella Twins. Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, and Paige. Nikki Bella turns heel, and she turns on Paige. And of course, Brie Bella legitimately injured.
Called it.
Yeah, we
Yes,
called
we
it.
did.
Yeah. Adele, just go over this dumpster fire because you were
Okay.
there. This was awful.
So I will say this. I said this in my video. That was what you call your popcorn match. That was this match that you could go out your seat, go get something to eat, go take a pee.
Brody, what do I call this type of match?
Yeah, bathroom match.
This is the potty break.
The potty break.
This is the potty break.
I thought it was terrible. I was talking to the lady next to me. I think we were talking for maybe like 3 minutes. And I turned my head. The match was over. It was just like that. It wasn't anything good storyline. It was not good at all. I'm not trying to trash on it, but I have to trash on it. It was not good at all. And then obviously you made Nikki Bella turn on Paige. That was the most obvious outcome that was going to happen. And then also we got to talk about how Brie Bella was just standing there injured, and then now we have to have another program. One gets hurt, one comes back, another gets hurt, and the other comes back. Like I'm getting a little tired of the Bella Twins. I'm not gonna lie to you.
When have they ever had a good match? Ask me, when have they ever had a good match?
I think I was done with the Bella Twins when the Bella Twins returned to the WWE this last
Yeah, pretty much.
Listen, I get it. I understand. And it's always fun to go back into the nostalgia pot and go, we're going to pull this out and see how it goes. Well, they saw how it goes. Not great.
Not great.
Not great. Now, the only positive thing that I take from this is, and it's very hard to find a positive thing to take from this, is with Fatal Influence, regardless of what dumpster fire took place inside,
At least
the
they
ring,
got over.
this is a statement win for them. These are big names.
Sure.
Paige, Nikki, and Brie Bella, like that's huge to have these very young, talented women who have been given the opportunity being brought up from NXT to shine and shine right away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, really powerful for them. But that's also trying to polish a turd here, guys.
Yeah.
It was not great. Like
No.
and I'm not. And
It wasn't necessary on the show.
And it is. And we
Great
are.
SmackDown match.
We are the first show to. We will dog on a men's match. We will dog on a women's match. We will give flowers to a men's match and flowers to a women's match. This, as far as a wrestling match was concerned, was just meh.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even meh. It was meh.
Yeah.
Where it was like, okay, we all get what they were trying to do, just didn't work.
No.
Just didn't pan out.
And something I will say, I feel like ever since Paige got brought back in this whole with Nikki Bella getting hurt, and then she's got in a tag team with Brie Bella, this has hurt Paige.
Yes, thank
So
you.
bad.
Yes.
A lot of gum and everybody
Yeah.
else.
It was crazy in the stadium.
And then all of a sudden it went.
Yeah, now she's like the substitute teacher. Like I'm filling in for Nikki Bella all of a sudden, and then now they've turned on me, so now I got to work a program with Nikki Bella, which is great. But
Willie in the chat room agrees with us. He said Paige is very talented, and the further she gets away from the Bellas, the better.
thank
Yes.
goodness.
Yes, and I agree with you. And I think this is again the opportunity to where. Would you guys be interested in seeing a Paige versus EO program?
Yeah, I would.
I would too.
I think that'd
Two
good.
totally different styles, but I think they could hang with
Give
each
Io
other.
the momentum she needs, catapult her back, have her beat a legend, and catapult her back into a title picture. Why
Look at
not?
this guy. Look at this guy.
Look at this, I'm
Easy
fantasy booking here. Yeah, all right, let's get to some more positive stuff here. And of course, CM Punk defeated Cody Rhodes to retain the undisputed WWE Championship. We got a return here. Randy Orton hit Cody Rhodes with the 3 most dangerous letters in professional wrestling, RKO. And I want to talk about this match because this match was my favorite match on all of SummerSlam, both nights. This was great. I love seeing CM Punk hitting the head scissors. We never seen that in so long. He was like Robert Gibson out there. He's hitting the head scissors. This was great. I loved it. I didn't like the moonsault. We didn't need the table spot, but they really worked the ankle, and it was a great, great, great match. I enjoyed this match extensively. CM Punk wins. Randy Orton is now back, and now Cody and Randy can have a program where it doesn't involve the title. Lower people's expectations. It doesn't have to be a Randy Orton 20, 25-minute classic. It's okay if it's like a 10 to 15-minute match and Orton gets his win back over Cody and you can book a trilogy down the line. It doesn't have to involve the belt. You can lower their expectations a little bit. I liked Orton's return here. CM Punk didn't see the RKO, so it doesn't turn Punk heel because he saw the RKO. He doesn't send Randy Orton out there. I thought this was a great match. Punk wasn't going to lose. The title reign was not going to be that short. Punk wasn't going to lose. Great return by Randy Orton here.
I think with this match, I think it sets up the Legacy family versus Legacy
I agree.
family. And there is an opportunity in all reality.
That's a semi-main event for you. It's not a main event, but think
That's-
about a semi-main event.
That's exactly what I was going to say, man. I would never call this a co-main event, but if you told me this was the second to last match on one of the nights of Mania, I'd go, oh, this is going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because both of these guys are going to make it so emotional, and it's perfectly fine that you have Cody Rhodes be the babyface and you have Randy Orton even be a tweener. It's fine because I don't care because it's personal.
Give me a good wrestling match on the card because Lord knows we need more of them.
Yes, we do. And I'll tell you this right now, there are very few that are currently on the roster at WWE, at least I will say that confidently, that are as cool as Randy Orton.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
The
yes.
wink in the camera,
Oh
the
my-
little stuff, man.
I love it.
The wink in the camera, he does that and you go, yeah, I'm watching at home. Randy Orton looks at the camera, winks, and I go, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You son of a, like you just do because
Yeah.
he's just so good. That one little thing makes you go, ooh, I hate him, but I love him
Yeah.
so much. And that's what wrestling is, man.
Yes.
And that's when you go, that's what I was missing.
Absolutely.
That's what I was missing with Randy
Absolutely.
Orton. But as far as this match is concerned, I don't think anybody expected anything less than this.
Exactly.
With those two guys, because both of those guys are notoriously open-mouthed when it comes to talking about how they feel about things, what they think the state of wrestling is, all of that stuff. They are spot on when it comes to talking about and being vocal about.
Yeah.
So when they get in the ring, they've got something to prove. You've talked the talk, walked the walk, and they do it every time.
Yeah, they do.
You put them both in the ring, and you get this, a perfect ending for a main event for SummerSlam Night 1. Okay, my question for you guys is this, especially somebody being in the building.
Yeah.
I always do this, Night 1, give it a letter grade.
Well, we have Hell in a Cell with Brock and Oba.
Oh, I forgot about the main event.
Oh,
I forgot
no.
about the main event.
Oh.
I forgot about the main event.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Let's do this. Up until the Brock and Oba match, how are you feeling sitting in your
Yeah.
seat in the stadium?
Okay, so this is something I was gonna say. After the Punk and Cody match, I was very, very hyped up.
Sure.
Right, I was very hyped up to be able to see Oba versus Brock because I knew I wasn't gonna get like a 20-minute banger. Right,
Right.
The 20-minute banger was Cody and Punk, but up to like maybe the Punk, I was satisfied, but I wasn't really that satisfied. I'm telling you, that women's match really threw me off for a loop. It kind of made me mad. I'm not gonna lie. It made me very mad. Like I just couldn't
It threw
believe
you off, huh?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did not like that at all. But the Gunther and all this match, that was my sleep. Like, Cody and Punk, I'll say this, they turned everything up. They had the house rocking, and then that made the main event even more of a, oh, I can't wait to do it.
Everybody's already fired up.
And people standing, So
Yeah.
I give it like for a letter grade going into like the main event.
Yeah.
I'm at a like an 8.
Okay, all right. So high expectations.
Yeah, high
Now,
expectations.
Now, Brody, were you surprised that this was the main event?
Oh, Brock and Oba. Here's why. Well, they weren't going to take up the Hell in a Cell, so it's the structured thing. It's in Minneapolis. It makes sense.
It
Brock
has to
went
either
to the
start or end.
Yeah, right. As a starter, and Brock went to the University of Minnesota. He won the NCAA Division I championship at Minnesota. Minnesota was happy to see Brock. He's their guy.
Yeah.
Oba Femi, we knew was going to win this match. I thought him ripping off the canvas and then getting power bombed on the. No, he got pile driven on the wood. He was supposed to get power bombed on the wood, but Oba missed it or whatever. And then Brock just got up immediately. Nice homage to the Undertaker. And at the end, Brock Lesnar says, "I'm the past." And Oba's the future. And it was keeping both guys as a babyface. And then Brock goes on the Pat McAfee show and says, "I'm retired." So he retires as many times as Brett Favre does in the NFL. More and more retirements for Brock. I'll say this. Total mistake on Brock's part. Totally disingenuous. Here's what should have been done. Go on the Pat McAfee show. Pat surprises Brock. You're going in the Hall of Fame. I would have been no problem with that at all. But for Brock to go on there and say, "Nah, I'm going to retire and I'm going to go hunt with my kids." And how many times has Brock said that? A lot.
But I mean, listen. I think you get Brock has always said like, "I'm done with wrestling." He's never said retired. In the past he's like, "I'm leaving" and things like that. So that always left the door open, and then when he'd come back, it'd be great.
Let me.
This past time, he literally took the things off into the ring and walked out. And people went, "Oh my God, he's retired," and then he came back. You get one of those.
Right.
You get one of those. So if you go on Pat McAfee's show and you go, "I'm retiring," you're done. He's done. I do not think we see Brock Lesnar wrestle again. I do not. I think.
Let me give
Brock
you a
Lesnar
scenario
put
for a
over with the
second.
elbow.
Let me give you a scenario.
Wait, what are you doing? What
Okay,
are
so
you doing?
TKO.
Are you going to play fantasy Booker?
Sort of.
Okay,
Ari
hold on.
Emanuel-
Wait. Hold on. Before you do that,
Get your Booker hat on, buddy.
get your Booker hat on. Put your Booker hat
Oh my
on.
God.
Put your Booker hat
All
on.
right. This is great. All right, let's get the Booker hat on. This is great. Okay. So they did this with The Rock. Remember this. They did this with The Rock a few years ago at Elimination Chamber. Ari Emanuel picks up the phone. Ticket sales are a little slower than we think. We got a lot of money. Think about it. We got $5-7 million. It's TKO. They got all the money they need. Hey, Brock, you want to come to the Royal Rumble? Do you want to come to WrestleMania and work a program with, say, Braun Breaker and do another trilogy again like you did in 2026 and 2023? And you'll make $10 million this year, maybe even more than that. You think Brock's going to turn that down?
I
Deep
don't
in your
know.
heart?
Okay. Let me throw you a real big curveball here.
Yeah.
LeBron turned it down from the Lakers. Sometimes you got enough money, man. Sometimes you got enough money. What do you mean? Why is it different? Tell me why it's different. It's the exact same. It's the exact same. Because honestly, if you sit there and you think about it, you're saying right now that Brock Lesnar would only come back for a huge payday. LeBron James was handed, or he basically told them, "No thanks, I'm going to go play for way less in Philadelphia." So again, my whole thought is this: Brock Lesnar, okay, Brody?
Yep.
Do you honestly think Brock Lesnar is sitting there going, "I need the $10 million and I'm going to go do this"? Or do you think Brock Lesnar is going, "I'm done"?
No, I don't think he says he's done. You know why? Because he didn't say he was done when he went to Italy.
Why have we not seen Brock Lesnar in movies?
Because he's not a great talker.
He doesn't need to talk.
He
If I
doesn't
saw
need to
Brock
talk.
Lesnar throwing his block hands around and punching Jason Statham in the face, I'd believe it. I want to see that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I am under the very strong belief that we have seen the end of the beast in the ring.
Sure.
And maybe we see a one-off, maybe one. Maybe there is something.
Breaker versus Brock
Everybody
Lesnar.
does.
Maybe
You
there
know
is
you wanna see
something. Maybe there is something that when they are.
You know what?
ready to
Shawn
put
Michaels
Brock-
even wrestled Saudi Arabia or whatever.
What if they, when they get closer to, they go, "Okay, we're going to announce the next Hall of Fame class, and Brock is going to go ahead and jump into that Hall of Fame, or he's going to be part of that class." Maybe there's something, and he comes back as a badass that's fighting for his WrestleMania spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe something like that. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean,
But,
I thought that this match was cool. I thought this match did what it did. I thought this
match was a great end.
Brock story.
But Brody, I mean, what are your thoughts about what we know going into Oba's future now?
Oba's future is that he challenged for the world title in sort of WrestleMania. So he has a bright future. He has a bright future ahead of him. No doubt about it.
What about a potential? And I know a lot of people are wanting this Gunther Brock match. I know nothing here.
Wouldn't you have done it in
anything.
Minneapolis though? Wouldn't you have done it in Minneapolis?
I don't know. I'm trying to think
I
about
don't know.
it, and I look at it and I go, I've seen no facts on this, but I also know that Brock Lesnar does what Brock Lesnar wants to do, and I think Brock Lesnar would be very, very okay with going, "I don't
Put
want to
it
put
over
over
Gunther."
Gunther.
And that's why the Oba thing that we got.
Right.
And that's
That's
fine.
fine. Brock does what Brock wants to do, guys.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Okay, you can take the Booker hat off for now. We're done.
All right.
It's back.
No,
Leave it over there.
Oh, you want me to move it over here?
That is now a thing. Whenever you start booking
booking
Okay,
the
why not?
You-
All right. I'll put my Booker hat on.
Put the Booker hat on.
Oh, sure, I'll do that.
I gotta ask you a quick question.
Sure.
I'm very curious. On this Oba, Femi, and Brock Lesnar match, the one thing I will say was I knew I wasn't going to get like a bunch. Right? I knew I wasn't going to get 20 minutes. But the Hell in a Cell was not involved. What was the point of the Hell in a
I
Cell?
thought that too.
Make it bigger. Make it bigger. Make it feel bigger.
Yeah. Remember what I said? I said to you on last week's show. I go,
do we escape the cage? And you go, oh, absolutely. The cage was not even a part.
It wasn't. I thought they were
look cool.
I know.
And I think, like you said, I think it just holds more weight to promote it as a Hell in a Cell, because in my brain, all I'm thinking is Oba, football trucking Brock out of the side of the cage. And then they're up top, and I'm like, I
Does
can't
Brock want to take a bump outside of the cage is the question.
Hell no.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, Brock does what Brock wants to do.
Brock Lesnar wants to do.
Exactly, that's what Paul Levesque says. And let's go to night 2. And we have a Fatal 4 match. We saw the return of Kevin Owens, and he won, defeating Finn Balor, Gunther, and Sami Zayn. And he is now going to challenge CM Punk for the undisputed WWE Championship. Great return match. I love this match. This is another sleeper for me. I didn't mind the 4-way here. Balor became kind of a moot point. But at least Kevin Owens won the match. He's now getting a push coming back. He's challenging CM Punk for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Not going to win by any stretch of the imagination. It's going to be Owens and Zayn feuding after. But what a heck of a return for Kevin Owens.
Dude, this is what I love about us.
Yeah.
Okay? Because for the past 3 weeks, every single show that we have done, we have said how bad the WWE needs the return of Kevin Owens and Randy
And we got
Orton.
both of them.
And we got them both.
Yeah.
And this, you want me? I mean, just the inclusion of Kevin Owens in the match
to open up night 2 immediately made me put the remote down. Okay?
Yep.
I sat down and I hunkered in and was like, let's go. All right. And now that we've got Randy Orton back in the picture, just them being around and us talking about them has got me looking forward to wrestling throughout the week.
Sure.
Before, I didn't necessarily make sure I watched all of Raw.
Sure.
I watched the clips and then I made sure I did the research just so I knew what the story was.
Yeah.
But now you've got these names back.
Yeah.
These names that I've been dying to see. Now you've got me going, what's going to happen on Monday?
Yep.
What's going to happen on Friday?
Yeah.
So this was fantastic. First off, the double swerve was great. Having him announce Gunther
I
first,
thought that was great.
and people were like, "Oh no!" And then he's like, "Wait a minute, one more." And as soon as he said one more, you were there.
Yeah.
The whole, the roof probably almost came off of that place.
It exploded, and I will say, because I was gonna make that point, if they didn't do Gunther first, it would have been a pop. But it made it even more of a pop because we were like, no shot. Gunther, no. But then after the Gunther, and then it's like one more, everybody.
Yeah, it was a fake out because they said, we're going to add somebody. And everybody went, holy ish, it's Kevin Owens.
Right.
And then Gunther came out and it deflates everybody.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, this is going to be cool, but damn it. And as they're almost at the bottom, boom, the grenade goes off. And then all of a sudden, it absolutely explodes. I'll be honest with you, Kevin Owens, I think the emotions almost got him.
Yeah.
Watching that at home, I think the emotions almost got him.
Sure.
He was starting to get a little teary out there before he went up there. But I
thought it was great.
He looks great. He performed great. There were a couple spots he did where I went like, whoa, buddy. He got up on that.
Oh, that cannonball spot he's doing. Whoa, there.
From a neck.
Yeah, look out, Tom. Look out.
He's saying, though, I don't even care. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to go balls to the wall. I'm Kevin Owens, God dog.
And he did it. And you know what? To be honest with you, this was one of those matches where as soon as I saw KO come out, I went, okay, I'm not going to care about Sami Zayn in this match at all. All I'm going to do is care about that Kevin Owens wins. But the match in itself was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was.
It was a pretty damn good
I didn't know who was going to win, and that made it awesome.
Yeah, and that's the point. With all four of those guys,
it's not Balor, in fairness.
To be honest with you, though, there was a point where I was like, oh my God, they're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
They're going to give him some run. Because first off, what is going on with Finn Balor? He doesn't look real. Finn Balor is the most jacked he's ever looked in his entire life. I do have a question. Since we're talking about Finn here. We've been seeing some Nakamura promos. Okay? Nakamura came back.
By the way, he's having an army like Paul Jones's army all of a sudden. Now he's trying to get the thing going.
There's a stretch. But it would be awesome if it was Finn Balor.
I think it's going to be evil. They got an NXT.
Yeah. But I think there's an opportunity here where, can you imagine those two guys together?
I don't.
Be pretty
no,
awesome.
It's got to be an all-Japanese stable.
Okay.
You know what? Put EO and Evil in there.
That would be a great spot for EO.
Why not?
That would elevate whatever he's trying to do, and also keep it relevant and in the conversation. And my only thing, we talk about this too, is when you create these factions and stuff, you got to have something for him to do.
Yeah.
And in this battle with MFT's fine.
You know what, Nakamura, they're trying to transition him in a role where he doesn't have to be in the ring as much.
Yeah.
That's the idea here.
I think
Paul Jones's army. There you go. Google it, kids. All right, next match. This is very disappointing. Baron Corbin defeated Trick Williams, and I knew this was going to happen as soon as they were putting him over commentary. It was all about Corbin constantly. They could not stop putting him over on commentary. Poor Trick Williams. He's lost to Baron Corbin twice in 1 week to Baron Corbin. He looks like the high school center on your basketball team. He's a tall guy. And then little Yachty's interfering way too much. That got old quick. This is I'm watching this whole thing. I'm like, really? And Trick's gonna lose here? And then it was like, womp.
This is a classic example of WWE being delivered someone on a silver platter, in this case Trick Williams, and having no clue what to do.
Exactly.
They tried everything they could, and then Trick Williams, I bet, had a little input and was like, hey, let's bring Yachty in, let's do this, and they rolled with it, and then they went,
I need all the Yachty.
what do we do?
That was
What do we
too
do
much.
with Yachty? He's got to be involved. He's got to do this. I mean, again, do I think if I wouldn't have been upset if Baron Corbin won, putting the belt on him, I go, what the hell, man?
Yeah, bro.
They just signed Baron Corbin. They had to do something with him. Because now Paul Levesque's getting in that urge where he's like, I got to sign all these monsters. We don't have any monster heels on the roster. We got to go out there and bring them in. Let's go bring in Baron Corbin. Oh, by the way, let's bring in Big Cass, and he's going to be stacking up bodies. He's going to attack Javon Evans on Raw. And now we got Baron Corbin with the United States Championship. It's only a matter of time before they put the IC belt on Big Cass. So now they're going to give him a belt. They're going to give all these giant monster heels a belt, and down the line they're going to drop them. But
Dude, how about when Big Cass debuted?
Yep.
Corey Graves on commentary.
That was crazy.
That was wild.
That was
I mean, and then like you sit there and you go, he's being professional by saying nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Jim Ross would say, lay out.
it is so it was so awkward. It was so uncomfortable. And I was like, but then again, I went, that's the best he could have handled it.
Yeah.
Because if he says anything, he looks like an absolute just moron if he says anything.
Yeah.
Because you're either going to go against the business or you're going to go against personal matters.
Right.
You know, so it's like he remained silent. But him just sitting there kind of like a statue as it was going on, I was like, I remember saying out loud, going, say something. Say something. And he was just frozen. I was like, man, it's so awkward. But again, that's the world we live in today, that you might cross paths with somebody that has done you wrong in the past or something.
Absolutely.
You have to remain professional. But again, you putting the belt on Baron Corbin and just immediately throwing Big Cass in the mix and like doing all this. I get the need for monster heels, but don't shove it down my throat.
Is it a little obvious? Are they making it too obvious for you?
I mean, kind of. So, like, okay, who's Big Cass in a program with them?
They're probably going to have him chase Chad Gable for the IC, probably on Raw.
That don't even sound good. Like,
I know, it doesn't sound good at all.
I want Gable to kind of run through. I want Gable to take the Intercontinental Championship and do what they usually did with the U.S. Championship.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're doing open challenge.
Yes.
And debut some new guys, have some of your new
Why not?
signings come in. If you even want it to be Big Cass, great. And then it'll be just absolutely obnoxious. Hey, you know what it could be? Have it be Enzo. Have it be Enzo. And then Big Cass interferes. I don't know. Do something like that. But don't just go, hey, Big Cass, welcome back. Here's a belt. Baron Corbin, welcome back. Here's a belt. I mean, like, is it in their contracts that the only
I'm
reason
sure
they're
they have
signing
to
is
sell
get
him
the
on it.
belt?
I'm sure that's what they have to
Yeah.
sell Baron Corbin on.
Yuck, man. Yuck. Not believable. It's not believable.
Go ahead, Doug.
I got two questions for you.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you think that the pop would have been bigger if Big Cass and Enzo Amore came back
Yes.
together? Yes.
Yes, initially, yes.
Yes. Okay. And then my other thing is, how many times have we seen Baron Corbin with these gimmicks? Right? How many gimmicks has he done in WWE?
A lot.
Like,
at least
a lot.
5 or 6.
Five
Yeah,
or six,
a lot.
right? How many? Okay, so if it's 5 or 6, he's not getting over. He's not getting
No.
over now. Like nobody. I promise you, I was sitting on second night. I got like 4 seats.
Yeah.
Nobody stood up for him.
No.
I was recording, and I'm like, okay, nobody standing up. Nobody stood up. No reaction. As soon as Trick Williams' music hit, boom, everybody just stood up.
Yeah,
So I
of
was like,
course.
okay, just
He's the
nobody
baby
cared.
face. You're not expected to pop at the. Here's what Baron Corbin needs to do. Go to the gym. Lift some weights. Like, just give me something. Just make yourself more look menacing a little bit. I like the black gear.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, I mean, he's pretty good in the ring.
He's not bad. Like, he's not bad. He's agile a little bit, but just have a more menacing presence. Improve the physique a little bit. Have a little more menace in the promos. Just, you know, we all know he can't cut a promo to save his life, so why not him just show me something more?
So someone in the chat room says, this has some feelings of Vince.
Yes, like Vince would have these urges, like
Yeah.
Paul Levesque having these urges. We need more monster heels. We gotta go sign now. Go get Baron Corbin. Go get Big Cass. Who else can we get? Oh, Karrion Kross. Come back. We need more monster heels. We don't have any right now. Like he goes in this Vince panic mode that Paul Levesque is going into, and that's kind of what they did here with Corbin. It's like, oh God, we gotta give him a push. We gotta give him a title immediately. Now he's gotta squash everybody. We gotta get him over, and then eventually the babyface we build up is going to take him down. But the problem is you're having him squash guys that you actually kind of believe in. You're having him squash Trick Williams. He's going to squash Carmelo Hayes. And now you're going to have him squash a few other guys. And then you're going to have the babyface. I'm sure you're going to build somebody up to take down Baron Corbin. And yes, he's an obstacle. He's 6 feet 8 inches tall. I'm sure they can find a babyface who's shorter than him that's going to dethrone him at some point. But, okay. Like, it doesn't make me interested in the U.S. title. That's what I'm saying.
Here's my question, okay? Obviously, somewhere out there, even if it's his own family, there are Baron Corbin fans. Okay,
Really?
I ask you, who's somebody that wrestling fans traditionally hated,
Okay.
but you appreciate? And this could be at any era, any genre. So it's somebody that the masses hated, but Brody was like, I like this guy. I like this guy.
That's a good question.
Because everybody's got one of those guys. You know, like,
It depends
everybody's
on
got one
what.
of
Like,
those guys.
people don't like R-Truth, but I would say R-Truth. I can take R-Truth.
Which is
palatable.
so crazy that that's your answer. Because you despise Santino Marella.
I do. I
But
do.
you love R-Truth.
Because I remember the
R-Truth
R-Truth when I
wrestling
first saw him in TNA, and I know he has talent.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you
R-Truth
remember. Okay, that makes more sense.
Like, he's always been Ron Killings to me.
Yeah, okay. See, that makes more sense. You are saying the wrestler, not.
But I'm talking about, like, younger fans now. When I mention the word R-Truth, they're like, really? Like, he's like that guy? That's kind of my answer to that question of that guy? And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, that guy.
Dale,
I
do you
like
have
that
anybody
guy.
that pops in
Yeah.
your head that wrestling fans hated that you loved?
Jinder Mahal.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a great one. Do you have any?
I don't think I should say him. but
Yeah, no, I think you can say it.
he's the Alberto Del Rio.
Oh,
yeah,
I
people
used
love
to.
that hate him, too.
Alberto.
I thought you were going in a different direction. I like Del Rio. He had a great look, too. Great presentation.
yeah.
I didn't hate Del Rio at all.
Yeah.
JBL
I'll tell you one that is kind of for me is I was a huge fan of the tag team, the Headbangers.
I love the Headbangers.
People did not though. People did not.
What?
They were like, dude, that's why they didn't.
They
last.
were
I mean,
so awesome in Smoky Mountain. Cornette brought them
He was
in. They
great.
were super over for a period of time. It's like, oh, they were great.
And then what did one of them end up trying to do, which failed miserably?
Oh,
was
no.
pulled from TV.
I know. Beaver
Beaver
cleavage.
Beaver cleavage. For those that do not know, and those that are old enough, go ahead and do some research on WWE's Beaver cleavage.
I
You gotta do
love
some
Monster
research, 'cause
Draft.
I don't know what that
It
is.
ridiculous.
Oh.
But Brody,
Now we
night
got
number
some
one, I was
positive
gonna say,
stuff.
Night number one, we had a good women's match. We had a women's tag team match. Night number two, we got ourselves a ladder match. I was
This-
begging for this. man.
Oh,
I
this
begging
was
for it.
shocking. And of course, Tony was right.
Big
I'm sure he'll say
Orlando.
that. Yes. Chelsea Green won, and everybody was shocked. They did not expect this coming. You would have thought Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton maybe gets a home win in the state of Minnesota, her home state win. But it was Chelsea Green, and everybody was shocked. They
It was
were jumping
awesome.
off there. You know what this reminded me of? Like when 1, 2, 3 Kid beat Razor Ramon, and like when Barry Horowitz would get a win, like a jobber gets a win here.
Or when Zack Ryder won the IC
Yes.
belt.
Yeah, that's another one.
Like if I was
Her
there,
husband,
there would
speaking
be
of which.
there would be a poster in my living room. There would be a giant canvas of those two photos of them
That's
on top of
awesome.
the ladder with the belts. Now, here's the thing. I didn't think that this stood a chance, a snowball's, chance in hell until her feet got caught on the ladder.
Yes,
lay
and
down,
she
I
got
went-
up.
I literally went, no, not even when she got up. The moment that she laid there
Yeah.
and did not move off the
Move.
ladder, I went, she's winning this.
Yes.
She's winning this, and I'm going to go crazy. And she won, and you could ask my wife. I went,
Of course she should.
I was
Yeah.
jumping up and down. I was celebrating like I was related to Chelsea Green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was so thrilled.
You want to know something crazy?
sure.
That was the biggest pop of the night.
I bet it was.
Biggest pop of the
Because
night.
they were shocked. That's legitimate surprise, and you can't have
That's why
it
we
too
love
much time.
wrestling.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
why we
legitimate
love
surprise
it.
because people did not see that coming.
Now, Brody,
Yeah,
big moment for her.
sure. Probably the biggest moment of her career
Forever.
forever.
What else is the pinnacle here, guys?
Nothing.
Hall of Fame, maybe. I mean, like that's that.
You're gonna put a jobber in.
That would be the bigger step, though.
Right.
That's the only bigger thing than winning.
Maybe actually winning the championship. Maybe.
So
good point.
Yeah.
We move on, and the very next time we see Chelsea Green in a ring as the women's champion, she takes the pin.
I know. In interim though, you got to remember the keyword interim. She's just a placeholder for Ripley.
Placeholder or not, she's got the damn belt. Make me believe that she's the champion. Stop doing this. Lots of people are saying her comments after SummerSlam are the reason that happened. Now, did you see the post?
I didn't see anything.
So, obviously in Unreal, they were in the writer's room. Road Dogg suggested Chelsea Green. Everybody else, very publicly, Michael Hayes said she doesn't have it. In the post-conference, the post-match conference, Chelsea Green says, I dedicate this win to Michael Hayes. Yep.
Why would that get her heat?
They think that she's now getting punished for that. She also, in a podcast recently, said that she had a conversation with Triple H about taking her character more seriously. Triple H said, I love that idea. He actually came to her with other ideas about taking it more seriously. And then the week later, she lost in 41 seconds to Jade Cargill. So it's like, I don't know.
No, that's a step up. Okay, know your role. Remember how The Rock would just say, know your role? That's what Paul Levesque was saying to her when you lose in 41 seconds. Hey, know your role. You're a jobber here. And that's not a bad role. There's a lot of wrestlers that have made great livings being jobbers. That's her role here. And let's be honest.
I don't know if I like it though, because Chelsea can go. Like I don't like. Have y'all seen
Barry Horowitz could go? He was a great worker, Barry Horowitz. So was George South.
Watch some of her stuff in Lucha Underground
with Penta.
I mean, it's insane. I mean, she takes some hell.
Yeah, she does.
But like I think my number one problem with all of this is that, like you kind of said, Del, like Chelsea, you give her opportunity, she's gonna take it. Yeah. Like if you put the belt on her, that gives me, as a fan, all I need to go, she's no longer funny and goofy. She's the champion. Come out here and act like it. Yeah. And then you put her in this match, and I know there was interference, and I know there was shenanigans and all of that. But, like, to have her lose the very
She's an interim at the end of the day, though.
I don't care. You want me to care about that belt when Rhea comes back to take it back? Okay, I'll care about it if you make her do something with it, instead of just holding it and being this comedy act still. Make her be something. I thought it was a big bold prediction to put the belt on her. They did it, and I was stoked. But now I'm terrified because they're just going to bury the hell out of the belt and her at the same time. You got to come up with something that's really going to make her shine, dude. You have to.
I hope so. And speaking of which, the low point of the evening, Human Money's on a pole match. Danhausen defeated Dominic Mysterio. This is just dreadful. This is awful all around the board. And I thought the Minihausen ladder spot was great. Joe Hendry was so unnecessary in this match. Totally out of place.
They don't know what to do with him.
It's totally out of place. Now he's a jobber too now on television.
I knew that was going to happen though.
But here's the thing. We called all of it.
Yeah, we did.
We called this match almost to a T. We said there was going to be an appearance by the Minihausens. There was. Which, by the way, I found this out after the fact.
Yeah.
Comedian Brad Williams, who's a huge WWE fan, he was one of the Minihausens.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. Wow.
That's awesome.
He said it was his dream to do it. He said, I will go on every wrestling podcast and I will talk about it.
Sure.
And then I went, oh my God, I'm going to reach out to him.
Yeah.
If he said he'll go on everyone, we've got one. I'm going to reach out to Brad Williams. And then I saw he was at SummerSlam as a Minihausen.
That's
awesome.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that. Listen, I love both of these wrestlers. I had no problem with them wrestling at SummerSlam. It's the stipulation. When you think of it on a pole match, this is ridiculous. I'm not invested anymore. I don't mind it being comedy, but make me invested in it. Like, wouldn't mind it if you locked Dom in a crate, put him in a casket, do something like that. Wouldn't have mattered to me. I wouldn't even have minded if this was just a straight up match. And Danhausen beats him with the Danhausen death drop. I wouldn't have minded that at all. But to have this be on a pole with a bag of money that looked like a plastic bag with a dollar sign on it, that was stupid. Come on. Why are we doing this?
I'll tell you this right now. I thought it was a statement. I don't know if it was a statement by Dominic or if it was a statement by WWE. The fact that he did not come out with his belt. I thought that was a statement. Did anybody else notice that?
Yeah.
He did not come out with the belt.
I was wondering that.
In my eyes, I think they did not do that. So any clips from this match,
Oh, God, yeah.
he will not have the belt around his waist because you look at that match and you go, that's our champion.
Here's the
He
problem.
lost to this goofball pyro guy.
Right.
So I think it super discredits the AAA Mega Championship.
Of course it does.
So they go, leave it back there.
Yeah, please.
Leave it back there.
This is an example of. Go ahead, Ryan. No, this is an example in the writers' room. Go ahead, Ryan.
Especially with what's going on with like AAA too, with like the championship too, and like the news. So I think they made the right decision.
I understand this. This is a thing in the writers' room that happened where Paul Levesque was like, here, let's think out of the box for this match. And some writers were like, why don't we have it on a poll? And Paul Levesque's like, yep, that's what we're going with. And every writer was probably shocked when that guy said it. And then when they pitched this to Dom and Danhausen, their hearts sank as much as every fan hearing that it was going to be on a poll, their hearts sank. This is Danhausen's debut match at SummerSlam? Really? Really? I mean, come on. He's one of the most over baby faces in your company.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this right now, and this is going to be something that I think really irritates people, but I think it's fine. I don't think Danhausen should ever wrestle in WWE.
He wants to.
I think he should do fun, goofy things. You could pair him up with a bunch of wrestlers and have him involved in storyline and have him come out and have him do something. But I don't think he needs to wrestle. I think Danhausen wrestling in WWE is going to hurt Danhausen more than it will help him. Really? Have him backstage. Have him be the guy where there's a storyline going on.
Make him an authority figure at one point if you want to have a comedy authority figure. Yeah, better than the Raw anonymous GM.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was
Brody,
my question for you is this. This is clearly a very dumb stipulation.
Yes.
What is wrestling has done some crazy things in the past. What is the worst wrestling stipulation?
Pigpen with Triple H and Henry Godwin is probably the worst I've ever seen.
Pigpen? I know.
Yeah.
I looked up a couple. They say the Punjabi prison was terrible.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Remember Kennel from Hell? You talked about Kennel from Hell.
That was number one. Kennel from Hell
Yeah,
was on
that
there,
was
where
awful.
literally dogs just took crap around the ring.
Around the ring, yeah.
They say Judy Bagwell on a forklift. was
Yeah,
on there.
reverse ladder match.
That's
What
what they said.
else?
They said
Reverse battle royal. Yeah,
That's what they
reverse
said.
battle royal.
It's like-
Last rights match. Yeah, I've seen it all. Fish market street fight where literally the guys took the fishes and slapped them around each other.
What about there was some wrestling match that WCW aired. The guys had already been fired from the company by the time they aired the match, but it happened in the back of an 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
I never seen that.
No, that was
That
Dusty
sounds-
Rhodes and Barry Darso. No, Dustin Rhodes, Goldust, and Barry Darso back in 1995 when he's the black top bully because they were trying to give a gimmick to Barry Darso. It was right in the back of a pickup truck, and they both got fired for it.
Yeah,
Because-
and they still aired
yeah,
the match though.
they
They
still
both
aired
got
the match.
fired for the match,
Yeah.
and then they aired the match.
Think
While
about
they were
that.
gone.
If Dustin Rhodes hadn't had that match, we wouldn't have had Goldust.
Well, thank God for the pickup truck.
That's right, yeah.
This was, again, guys, I don't think anybody would go back and look at this match
No.
and say, oh man, this was great. Sure, some of the kids probably loved it. There's probably some people out there that went, oh, I think it's hilarious. But to be completely honest with you, Danhausen straddling the rope, and you were there, you tell me, the You Are Cursed did not sound like a full
No.
stadium of You Are Cursed.
It didn't sound like that at all. It was like, again, that was a low point of the night. It was just like the women's match. It was a very much low point in the night. I think the takeaway from this match is the fact that the downfall of Dominic Mysterio needs to be studied.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Because it doesn't make any sense to me how he's your top heel young guy, right? Like you want to have all these young guys come up and then you bury the young guy and have him lose to Danhausen. I don't like that. And then he's super over when you go to AAA, but then you come to Raw, like they treat him like a backstage.
The thing is they had him set. They literally found somebody that can actually get us to believe that the cool heel can be a cool heel and a great wrestler and make us care.
Yeah.
They were able to do that with him. And all of that momentum popped with a balloon, out the window, gone, faster than it even came.
Yeah.
And it was unbelievable. I guarantee you, down the road, 10, 15, 20 years, when we're looking back at things, they will be talking about this.
Oh,
sure.
And they will say this was a time in Dominic Mysterio's career where he would love to forget it. And I think a lot of people would as well.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Which is a bummer.
I know. Speaking of which, I highlighted the night, Chad Gable's New Intercontinental Championship, one of the best moments of his career. Great match, and by the way, great job by Penta to tap out. That was classy on Penta's part to tap out. That was great. And it was so funny. His family came in the ring, and then they had the root beer dog. What is that? The mugs or whatever. And then he's
weird. I thought that was going to be somebody.
yeah, then he's drinking root beer like Steve Austin drinking beer.
I think everybody thought that was going to be somebody.
Yeah,
and I'm like, he's tall, he's thin. Who is that? Who could that be?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
TKO.
no, it's just the dog.
yeah, he's drinking like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Batch together the cans, have a drink. Phenomenal.
Talk
Are
about
we-
WWE.
You know what? I this will never happen, but I thought it would be hilarious. Is let's say it's a random, whatever. It's a random week in between a PLE, and you have Chad Gable on TV, and you have Chad Gable beat the snot out of some guy as a jobber, and he brings his family into the ring.
That'd be great.
And every match, Chad Gable brings his family in the ring, but brings more family. And then all of a sudden, Chad Gable brings in 48 people. He's like, and he's introducing them all. This is my granddad's second cousin's niece, Tabitha. And he just keeps bringing family.
I thought it was great. You know what? Great. This will be the highlight of Chad Gable's career, so I'm happy for him.
It was
I'm happy
awesome.
for
It
Chad
was a
Gable.
great match. Chad Gable's the best. Chad Gable, to me, and this is not an insult. This is not talking down on him at all. But Chad Gable, for me, will always be the little engine that could.
Yeah.
He always, no matter what the scenario, he's put in.
He's the perfect
WWE,
underdog
he's the
babyface for
underdog.
Tony Patrico.
And he runs up, man. And he's the best, dude. And I also like the fact that he doesn't shove down your throats that he's a good guy and he's a nice guy and he does things the right way. But he does. And that's cool to me.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of why I was a fan of CM Punk at first. He didn't shove it down your face, and then he kind of did for a minute there, like I'm clean and I'm this and you're like, okay, yeah, I got it. But Chad Gable doesn't do that. He just lives that life.
Sure.
And I think I look at Chad Gable and I go, he's the one guy probably on the roster right now where I look at him and I go, that's a normal dude who just got into wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is a superhero. Cody Rhodes is a movie star. This guy's got face paint. Dominic Mysterio is not the Dominic Mysterio. He didn't get arrested for beating up his dad.
Right.
Chad Gable, I look at him and I go, that's one of your buddies who just worked his ass off.
Yes.
He's really good at this.
See, when I look at Chad Gable, we had this conversation earlier. He gives me a belief that maybe one day if I try to get in the business, I can do
Yes.
it. That he gives me actual belief that okay, a regular guy, don't get it wrong, he's a guy that was wrestling, super strong, but a regular human being could just go in there and have an opportunity to try to go there.
And the other thing, if you really look at it too, is when he won and brought his family into the ring, he didn't bring his supermodel, tall, blonde, tight dressed. He brought his American family into the ring.
Yes.
He brought his family into the ring, and they look like an everyday Minnesota American family, which makes me sitting on my couch go, "Oh, Chad Gable's just like me."
Yeah.
And it makes me love him and believe in him even more. So
Exactly.
I couldn't be happier that he's got this opportunity. I think we all kind of believe, even Chad Gable probably believes, this is the top.
Yep.
This is the top.
This is the highlight of his career.
So he's going to make the most of it. We know he's going to make the most of it.
Yeah.
And he's going to do great things while he holds the belt.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, this match on night 2 is great, but that's not really what people are talking about here. The attendance dropped from night 1 to night 2. WWE made a huge boo-boo by having Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns headline night 2 instead of CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. This would have been better on night 1 to have Punk and Rhodes on
100%.
night 2 here. Conrad Thompson claims that Roman Reigns is an industry plant. By the way, he's absolutely right. And I'll give you a long-winded right.
He was manufactured.
Yeah, no. The Machine made him into a main eventer. The fans didn't make him into a main eventer, and all of a sudden the Machine just got behind him. And I'll tell you this. Look, let's review this for a second, because he's got the most main events in WrestleMania history's Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Let's review this for a second. WrestleMania 31, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Nobody remembers even Roman Reigns was in the thing. Seth Rollins cashes in and wins it. And Brock Lesnar was the reason you watched that match, because Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker for the streak, and he was the hottest star in the business. He beat John Cena at SummerSlam that year, all those suplexes. Then you go to WrestleMania 32. The question is this the last time we're going to see Triple H lace up a pair of boots? Go to WrestleMania 33. Is this the last time The Undertaker is going to lace up a pair of boots? Does anybody remember that the main event of WrestleMania 34 was Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns in it? Then WrestleMania 35 was all out Kofi Mania. Don't count WrestleMania 36 or 37. That's because of COVID. WrestleMania 38, all right, I'll tip my cap off to Roman Reigns. People were curious. Roman Reigns was going to beat Brock Lesnar and finally get his WrestleMania win over Brock Lesnar and complete the trilogy. I give Roman Reigns that one. WrestleMania 39 and 40. Cody Rhodes going to finish the story. All he needed to do was win the belt. It was about the belt, not about Roman Reigns. It was about winning the belt his dad didn't win. And then WrestleMania 41 is about John Cena's final WrestleMania. Wasn't about Roman Reigns. And WrestleMania 42, I'll tip the cap off to Roman Reigns. Great. But if he was with Seth Rollins, do you think night 1 would have done better than night 2 at WrestleMania? Probably not. He wrestled Seth Rollins here. Night 2 dropped. Roman Reigns is not the draw that Cody Rhodes and CM Punk are. He's not the draw that John Cena was. He's not the draw that Hulk Hogan was. I can list off a bunch of guys, and he's not the draw that any of those guys were. He's not top 10. He's barely in the top 20. And his drawing power, the numbers say it, his drawing power is like Triple H's. And that's not a bad thing. Roman Reigns is phenomenal. He's a Hall of Famer. But his drawing power is close to the level of Triple H's.
And that's the truth.
Right. No, acknowledge Roman Reigns, the Hall of Famer.
This is the only part I disagree with you with the finish the story Cody Rhodes WrestleManias. Like, man, like that was Roman Reigns the bloodline. Like Roman Reigns.
I don't hate the storyline, but you could have done that with Randy and Brock. You could have done with a lot of those guys. It was more about the belt than it really was Roman.
I mean, maybe, but I just think that WrestleMania wasn't as important to me if that is not involved. The bloodline story.
I don't mind the bloodline story at all. Roman Reigns this is not an indictment against Roman Reigns. I thought Conrad went a little too far by comparing him to Goldberg. I mean, he's better than Goldberg.
Yeah.
That was a little too far.
Yeah.
But Roman Reigns is one of the most, if not the most overrated main eventer WWE history, period. He's not on the level of those other guys, and that's not a disrespect. The greatest trick Paul Heyman ever pulled was convincing us that Roman Reigns is the greatest wrestler of all time. Mad props to Paul Heyman. He's the best manager of the 21st century. No one's disagreeing with that. Paul Heyman, you're great. You're a Hall of Famer. Nobody's got a problem with that.
Willie
Paul
says you
Heyman,
acknowledge the tribal chief.
You know what I'm saying?
I acknowledge him as a Hall of Famer.
I gotta tell you this. So
Sure.
that run with the bloodline, I feel like that carried WWE.
I don't
for,
disagree with
like,
it.
How many years?
2
years.
at least. Yeah.
And like, okay, for example, like we know, like for my YouTube channel, I go to like,
Sure.
WWE events.
Yeah.
Right? If Roman Reigns isn't announced, or it says Roman Reigns next week, you're gonna hear the loudest boos you're gonna ever hear because Roman Reigns is the person that they want to see. I'm not gonna lie. Like when you're in the stadium, you want to see Roman Reigns. I love Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is a better wrestler.
Why was attendance down from night 2 to night 1?
Because SummerSlam shouldn't be a 2-night thing.
I agree with you.
Yeah, like it shouldn't. Like maybe WrestleMania, and they're talking about Royal Rumble. I don't want to get into that though. But SummerSlam, especially, it didn't need to be 2 nights. Like that
I think they could do the Rumble 2 nights.
I agree with you on that.
Men's one night, women's the next.
I don't disagree with you there.
And then you could split the card.
Yeah, but if Roman was against Punk and Rhodes, I don't think attendance would have dropped night 2. But because he's against Seth Rollins, it drops night 2. It's the wrong dance
stars
partner.
were in night 1.
I think night 1 was just more of the loaded card.
I agree. I don't
Rock
disagree with
and
that.
Oba too.
Exactly. It was too loaded night 1 because they were trying to compensate for WrestleMania's night 1 being a little light, so they loaded up night 1 for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But night 2 paid the price. Attendance dropped for night 2. I question Roman Reigns' drawing power. The numbers prove it. He's not as big of a draw as Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, and that's okay, Roman. That's okay. Triple H's numbers weren't as big as The Rock's and Steve Austin's. That's okay. That's fine. It just is. I'm sorry. He is an industry plant. The fans didn't make Roman Reigns into a main eventer. The machine did.
Think about how much they forced him down our throat.
And Paul Heyman prevented us from choking on his career.
And the fans booed the hell out of
Big
Roman Reigns
dog.
if they were pushing him. I mean,
Big
we
dog.
booed the hell out of him. We don't want this. There were people chanting on Raw, "We don't want this." Clap, clap,
Yeah.
clap. They were doing that. And then out of nowhere, Paul Heyman goes, "You're going to want to pay attention to this guy." And we went, "Okay, Paul, we do want to pay attention."
We do.
And that's fine. Guess what? Your favorite artist? Probably a plant. They were manufactured and put together.
Yep.
Any pop group that you listen to now,
I don't
they
think
were
Uzi's
put
an industry plant.
together.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Roman's an
Nowadays,
industry
maybe.
plant. Everybody knows it.
But yes, this is how it works, dude. Like, this is how this works. You sit there and you go, "Oh my God, this hilarious actor came out of nowhere. And now he's in all these movies because somebody went, 'You're kind of funny. I'm going to make you the funniest. Come with me and we're going to build you together.'"
Yeah.
That's what they do here. And it's okay. It's okay that if he's an industry plant, because guess what?
It's not
When he
changing his
comes out-
legacy. He's going to make the more money than any other wrestler in history.
And the best part about it is when Roman Reigns comes out and it takes him 4.5 days to make his way to the ring, I still sit there and I still throw it up. because I think it's awesome.
Sure.
And I'm down with it. So if he's an industry plant or not, I don't care.
They
He's
need
an
him
overrated
so,
main
though,
event.
They
Can
need him.
I gotta ask you a
That's a
question.
bold statement.
I gotta
need
ask you a
him,
question,
though.
Brody. Like, okay,
Sure.
so you're saying that CM Punk and Cody Rhodes are more of a draw.
Yeah, the
right?
numbers prove it.
The numbers are proving it. So
Yeah.
who's the biggest draw?
Cody Rhodes.
Cody
Cody Rhodes
Rhodes
is
is the
number one in
biggest draw.
WWE,
So-
and Punk's number 2.
So where does Roman Reigns lie on that?
Roman Reigns, I believe, is 3rd.
It's third.
Yes, he's 3rd.
Okay, so whenever you look up the merch sales, right? Who's number one in merch?
I think it's like Cody or Danhausen.
Cody or Danhausen?
Yeah.
Where's Roman Reigns? Because
Way
Roman Reigns,
below.
Roman Reigns is number 3.
Roman Reigns is number 3 in merch.
Yeah,
Oh, he took a spike.
yeah. He took a spike. I'm
Where
pretty
did he
like-
pass Penta? Where's Penta now? Penta's like 5th or 4th.
He's top 5.
Top five, okay.
He's top 5.
Okay.
My thing is, I think okay, so they saying like Roman Reigns got shoved down our throat.
Sure.
Shoved down our throat. Is Cody Rhodes not getting shoved down our throat?
Oh,
right
we've
now?
talked about that too.
Oh,
Hell
yeah,
yeah. That's why Paul Heyman calls up Cody Rhodes and goes, "Let me save you."
Yeah.
Because right now I'm done. I said this 2 weeks ago. I don't know what I want from Cody, but what I know I don't want is what I'm getting right now.
Yeah.
I don't want him with the belt.
Yeah.
No.
He doesn't have it right now.
And it makes a good point to me though. Like we're talking about like shoving people down their throats, right? Like we had that with Roman Reigns. Now he's scared to do that with Braun Breaker. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like Braun Breaker is supposed to be the future, but you don't want to shove him down their throats.
Yeah.
But you did it with Roman Reigns, and look at Roman Reigns now. I mean, like you got to do.
They
what you
put
have
him
to
with
do.
Heyman for a minute, and then that dissipated. I mean, the vision completely dissipated,
Yeah.
and Conrad Thompson does not
Injuries-
like Braun Breaker, and I
Injuries
think
throw things
people...
off right away too.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot. I mean, there are some people that are not high on Braun Breaker, like Conrad Thompson. They don't believe in him, but
Who knows? We may see him and his cousin as a tag team.
I think it'd be great. I think Braun's a main eventer, and he's wrestling Obafemi coming up.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's a banger for sure. Okay, so now, anything else about the main event? I think
No, I think it was a
Final
great match.
chapter
It
of
was a
the
glacial pace. It was a
Shield's
glacial
over, right?
pace. Yeah, it was a glacial pace. They
Yeah.
milked everything great.
That was
and
amazing.
Shield, and this is for those people that are out there still going like, "Oh, Dean Ambrose returned." They're talking about this is the final chapter of the Shield. This is them closing.
I don't want to see a Shield reunion anymore. Goodbye.
The Shield's gone. Maybe you bring him into the Hall of Fame, depending
I
later
don't know,
at some
okay.
point. I don't know. So, Brody, here's what I want to do. I want everybody to think about it for a second.
Okay.
I want you to take night 1
Okay.
and night 2
Okay.
as a whole.
Yep.
And I want you to give me the overall grade. If somebody said, "I'm looking at the SummerSlam report card," give me the overall grade of SummerSlam 2026. Brody, I'm coming to you last. Ryan, give me your
Go
grade.
ahead.
And night one is like overall grade of both nights, right?
Yeah, just overall grade.
7.
7 out of 10. So about a C.
6, really
okay?
6 point. Yes.
About low C.
6.5.
All right, Dell.
We're going night 1, right? First,
We're doing the whole
Yeah,
show.
you're doing
The
the
whole
whole show?
SummerSlam.
Because night one is like
2026.
8 to me, but this,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I give it a B. I
Okay.
give it a B. Just because
Night
like,
1 was
what-
an A. Night 1 was an A.
That's
for
what
you.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like night. Okay, being there in the atmosphere, I'll say this: being there, it's a B.
Yeah.
Like watching it at home, maybe a C.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'd give it about a B. I'd give it probably a 7. I'm with Ryan there. There was I'm surprised that neither of the major titles changed. That was a little surprising at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That's a good
That
point.
was probably the most surprising part, if I'm going to be honest. But I give it about 7 out of 10.
I would say mid to low B for me.
Yeah.
What is my number 1 rule? Entertain me, and I was entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got nothing that I want to, there were some changes I would have.
Chelsea Green was the cherry on top of your Sunday, buddy.
It was the best. It was
Oh,
the best.
gosh.
It was the best. Okay, so we've been doing this kind of at the end of every show.
Sure.
We've been doing some rapid fire
Yep.
stuff. So I want you guys to,
Sure.
again, this is going to be very quick rapid
Yep.
fire. Think about it here.
Sure.
This is all regarding SummerSlam
Sure.
2026. Match of the weekend, Ryan, go.
oh. Cody and CM Punk.
Okay, Brody,
I go Cody CM Punk.
Dell.
I'm not gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do Gunther and Alden.
Yeah! Yeah!
I love that.
Yes!
I love that.
I love that pick.
I said match of the weekend. I didn't say technical match of the weekend. I didn't say best wrestling match. I said match of the weekend.
Randy
And for
Orton
me,
showed back up.
that was the ladies' ladder match.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it, dude. I'm telling you.
You had to have, because that was your bold prediction,
That
and
was
you
my
got it
bold
right.
prediction.
Yeah,
that was a
I love
big
Chelsea.
goal.
Standing by it.
Listen, bold prediction. I love Chelsea Green, and I'm a sucker for a ladder match.
There you
go.
Bing, bang, boom. Okay. MVP of SummerSlam weekend. Ryan,
Chad Gable.
Dell,
Chelsea Green.
Brody.
Ooh, I'm going to go with, that means most valuable player that helped the card out. I'm gonna go with Chad Gable on this one. I'm agreeing with Ryan here.
My God, you guys just want to go to lunch together and hold hands after this, or what?
We actually are going to
Can
lunch.
I take my back? Can I take my back? I gotta take my back.
Okay.
Randy Orton.
Mine was going to be Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
What? I mean, I think that started off.
I think that's can we say surprise of the weekend then if we're gonna do it? Because MVP, I feel like it had to be booked.
I have biggest surprise here. Biggest surprise.
Okay, biggest surprise.
okay,
Don't
okay.
spoil that then. I think the
No,
bigger.
go for it.
No, the bigger surprise. I would say the bigger surprise to me was Orton than Owens because I didn't think they were going to have an Orton-Cody feud. And I thought Orton would be out a lot longer than he was.
Yeah.
Whereas Owens has been out for a while, and considering that Sami Zayn's involved, and I heard that Kevin Owens was in Minneapolis, I didn't even hear Randy Orton was in Minneapolis. So Randy Orton's the bigger surprise, but two great surprises on two different nights.
Who had the highest rise of their stock after SummerSlam? Ryan.
Well, I saw Friday Night SmackDown. I was gonna say Chelsea Green.
Yeah, I saw Friday Night.
No. Again, Gable.
Yeah, Brody.
I'll give you one, Obafemi. WWE's making it very clear that we're going to give Obafemi a push to the moon. Brock Lesnar gave him a great rub. To me, Obafemi's stock rose.
Yep.
I was gonna say Obafemi.
LA Knight.
Yeah!
I mean, what bigger way to have your stock rise than putting you in a program with Roman Reigns?
Yep.
Overrated or not, the dude's big deal.
Yes, he
You
is.
know, so whose stock dropped after SummerSlam? Who had the biggest drop?
Ooh. I'll give you
I can
one.
tell you, I've already said mine. Io Sky.
Yeah.
I don't agree. I thought Dominic Mysterio took a big
Yeah, I
drop.
thought I was gonna say Dom.
Yeah, I'm going to say Dom here.
That's a good
But
answer.
I'm going EO though.
All right, and then future world champion who performed at SummerSlam this weekend will be
Obafemi.
okay.
Dan House now just playing.
Yeah, we almost put you through that window right now.
It's Obafemi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Trick Williams will be a world champion.
That's a
He will
good
be
point.
one day.
He will be one day.
Maybe Money in the Bank.
Kevin Owens.
Oh, good point.
Kevin Owens will get the belt back at some point.
I'm sure he will.
I don't know when.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it will happen. But overall, SummerSlam.
Let's just hope it's not Baron Corbin.
Oh boy. Boy. Overall, SummerSlam, I would
Yeah.
have to say a successful show.
Yeah.
I mean, we're listen, we're open, we're critical. If a show is bad, a show is bad. If a show is good, a show is good. SummerSlam was a good show. I would be very confident in saying it was a good show.
Yeah.
Now I will tell you this. There is one more main event that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
Brody, I think we've got some business to handle today.
Yes, we
don't
do.
We had a giveaway going on.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we did.
yeah.
And
Yeah, we did.
we on social media, courtesy of patricobrickwork.com, have a $50 digital Amazon gift card that we were giving away. The rules were pretty simple.
Yep.
You follow us on our socials, and in case you did not know, on X we are Wrestling OTS, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at Wrestling on the Spectrum. We let everyone like, share, comment, do all of that
Yep.
good stuff, and the winner walking away with a $50.
And by the way,
Amazon
before we're actually going to have Dell announce the winner for us. So Dell,
Oh, beautiful.
I want you to read it right off the phone here. It's the name right here. I want you to read it right here for us into the microphone.
So the winner of the $50 gift card, and Flying Ryan will be reaching out to you. We'll just send you the code. I mean, we'll make it real easy. We'll send you the code. And the winner of the Wrestling on the Spectrum Patrico Brickwork $50 giveaway is
Dell, say it for us.
Anthony Cantonito.
Yay!
You know what? You can be just like Anthony. And Ryan, I know is Anthony a baller?
Yeah,
He
he
is.
plays
I looked at his
basketball for
profile.
SLU High, man. Nice 3.7 GPA, man.
Look at this
Nice.
dude.
We gave a young man an Amazon gift card. Look at us.
Some Marvel Rivals coins. We got them.
I was just saying, guess what? This just proves that CBC fellas are pretty dang good.
That's right.
Hey, follow us on our socials, guys. We will do these giveaways kind of regularly here. So just stay tuned and follow us on our socials at Wrestling OTS on X, at Wrestling on the Spectrum on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok. Del, thanks for hanging out today, man. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Really
That was
appreciate it.
amazing.
tell people where they can find you on the socials, online, all that good stuff.
So on YouTube it is the Del Effect Wrestling. If you're a fan of, vlogs, WWE vlogs, I test things. I create Brock Lesnar Monopoly boards. I do all type of games. I may be your Mr. Beast of WWE. You never know. So tune in at the Del Effect Wrestling. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Yeah, of course, man, of course. And we'll make sure that we tweet out all your socials.
Of course.
Tweet out those links and have everybody, make sure that they follow our friend Del. Brody, anything else you'd like to add to wrap up our SummerSlam?
No, this was a fun show. Thank you, Del, for coming on the show. You're welcome back anytime. This was an absolute blast, the biggest party of the summer. We won't be here on August 15th next week as Tony and Ryan are going on vacation. But we're going to be back.
Listen, I'll have some stories. I'm bringing all the kids to
yes,
holiday
you
world.
are.
Oh, baby. I'll have some. I might have my own WWE match
Yeah.
in the middle of holiday world. I'm just letting you know.
Hopefully, I get to meet my boy Big Perk, Kendrick Perkins. Or Stephen A, but Stephen A be ducking. So.
Doctor,
But we'll be back August 22nd. We will be back. Our studio may look a little different. We are going to have better production. We're going to look better than ever. We're going to even sound better, new and improved. This fall, Wrestling on the Spectrum will be better, and I can't wait for it.
I was just going to say, we'll have some details here later, but WOTS is getting themselves an upgrade, baby. So make sure you guys are tuning in. Hey, a big thanks to everybody that joined us live here on the chat. Don't forget, if you miss anything, you're kind of catching the last half of this. You can always go on the podcast. Anywhere you podcast, find us. Part of the Podcast Heat Family Network. Just search for Wrestling on the Spectrum. For Flying Ryan Swingler. For Brody the Brain Herman. For Del. For Tony Patrico. This right here was Wrestling on the Spectrum.